And welcome to Artists on Art. This is the weekly show for artists, both visiting and local artists. It's a great pleasure to be speaking with Denise Vivar for this February 13th, 2012. Denise, thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thank you, Nada. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Denise is a longtime Santa Cruz local.
Yes.
Longtime resident?
About 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's been here and she's done many great things. In fact, I would call her a local treasure. She's a sculptor, writer, producer, speaker. You're a big promoter here. You've worked with all the promoters here in town, right?
Right. Well, we used to do Palookaville many years ago.
That's right. For those youngsters that weren't around and back in the day, we had such a great venue. Not that the Catalyst isn't great too, it was just in addition to those.
Another great venue.
Another great venue that hasn't been around for a while, but boy, a lot of great shows came in with that. What we want to talk about specifically is your Feng Shui artist.
Yes.
You are a Feng Shui practitioner.
I am indeed. And I'd like to say, just in honor of Valentine's Day, just before I forget, I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day and also happy National Flirting Week. Ah. It kicks off today, so, celebrate.
Do your flirting. You want to make sure. You want to make sure you flirt.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. Now, you're doing workshops, and they're called Find Mr. Right.
Yes.
And so, do you feel unhappy about a part of your body, a lack of confidence in some area of your life? Are you insecure about your finances? Are you frustrated because Mr. Right hasn't appeared? Well, you're invited to take Denise Vivar's workshop, The Power of Radiance Feng Shui Workshop. It's the roadmap to the mojo.
Roadmap to mojo.
So, Denise, tell me, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I have been practicing Feng Shui for about 20 years, and so many of my clients ask for help in love and money. That's two of the big things. I mean, Feng Shui can really bring you along in your life with creativity and relationships and your career and all sorts of things. But everybody wants love, and so it appeared to me that we really needed to kind of focus on bringing some love to people.
Bringing the love. And is it exclusively for women?
This particular workshop is, yes, but the work is the same for women and men. It's really about bringing your light to shine, and really that's where the power of radiance came from, the idea being that we all have this really beautiful inner light, and when we allow that to shine, we are absolutely alluring. And then there are things that get in the way of that, and so we do work to move those obstacles. And for men, women looking for women looking for men, it's all the same.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting to me, Denise, my understanding of Feng Shui has maybe a limited, more of a, what's the fad now? I hadn't heard about Feng Shui until, I think it was when we were buying our house, and the real estate lady was all about the Feng Shui of the house we were selling and the house we were buying. And that's when I started doing research on it. And for me, I thought it was just about furniture placement. Sure. One of the things is, I guess, in Feng Shui is you never want to buy a house on a cul-de-sac, because the good energy just comes in and goes right back out.
Yes. Well, it's been around for thousands of years, Nada. In fact, most cultures have some form of this understanding of our environment being affected by and affecting our internal environment.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. So I think people who know of Feng Shui as, move your couch and change your life, it's really kind of started taking on here in the West in the last, a few decades. And so that's definitely the accessible idea around it. And it gets much more esoteric. And, like I said, it's been being practiced for thousands of years. But,
Right.
but for us, it's enough to sometimes say, okay, well, we can affect our psyches by really changing our environments a little, and we can start by, hey, let's just let's move this couch out of the walkway, sort of stuff. So yes, it can be very simplistic.
Right. I remember when I was in college, like I couldn't study if my room was a mess, because it would make my already kind of chaotic brain be even more chaotic.
Absolutely.
And so I guess what I'm asking you, Denise Vivar, is how does the physical placement of things correlate to Feng Shui as a kind of a metaphysical or out of body? Because Feng Shui is about energies, right?
Right. So Feng Shui concerns itself with the free flow of energy, the balance of the 5 elements, as well as the balance of yin and yang. So it is about placement, but it's also about maintaining balance in the area. So
Wait now. So what are the 5 elements? I know the 4: earth, water, air, fire.
So we're talking fire, water, metal, earth, and wood.
I see. Wood
as
and
it
metal.
relates to Feng Shui.
I
yes.
see. And then you were saying?
Yes. So yes, there's placement for free flow of energy as well as placement for balance of elements.
Okay, so you're saying that in your, let's say your living room, you should have a balance of all 5 of those elements?
Yes, you should have a balance of your elements everywhere, but certain areas of your home are ruled by particular elements. And so in those areas, you kind of want to bring out more. So the area in your home or business that relates to communication, you want more fire. Passion, it rules passion. In your career, you want flow, and that's ruled by water, and so on. So,
well, let's go over that real quickly for our dear audience. Denise Vivar. So water is good for flow, which kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Fire correlates with passion, energy, fire,
life, exactly.
Life. What does wood correlate with?
Wood relates to expansiveness, and it is the element of intuition. So we work with wood in the health area a lot, the health and the family area.
Huh. And then metal?
And metal is mental acuity.
Mental acuity.
Mm-hmm. So and that is related to the creativity area.
I see.
Yeah.
And then earth.
And that's center, and that makes sense too as well. It's your groundedness. It's the center of everything for you.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also, when I was again back to the real estate lady, when we were talking about selling the house, and there's the idea of using mirrors to both
to deflect energy as well as to invite. So again, we get back to flow. We always want free flow in the home and business.
So no stagnation, no dead ends, no.
Right. And we also, so we want to invite the energy in, and we want to help it keep moving, but not, too fast. So we want to draw it in, and we want to give it places to linger, but not stay too long, like a good guest.
Right. What do they say? After 3 days, start smelling like a fish.
That's right. And you want energy to move faster than that. So one of the easiest things you can do for free flow of energy is clearing the clutter.
Clearing the clutter.
So
boy,
even
relate to that.
Exactly, we all can, and it's really a very powerful way of moving things, moving stagnation, and just kind of getting yourself unstuck.
Yeah, all that stuff. So we've talked about how Feng Shui is in the material sense. Now, how do you run your workshop? Tell us a little bit about what would somebody experience by coming to find Mr. Right and using these Feng Shui principles in their search for their companion.
Well, we do work on our inner psyches and support it with Feng Shui principles and activities. So there are activities that we do, fun things like, dating yourself, and I don't want to give away too much. You have to come to the workshop. It's really fun. So it's a combination of influence and intelligence from our spiritual masters combined with our feng shui principles.
I see. So let's see. The way somebody would be able to find out about the Power of Radiance Feng Shui workshop is they could go to the Power of Radiance Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
They can also send you an email for requesting information called powerofradiance@gmail.com. And Denise, you're also on Google Plus, Denise Vivar, V-I-V-A-R, and LinkedIn. And you're doing 2 session workshops. Mm-hmm. One of them is starting today, and that one is closed.
Correct.
And
we'll start another one soon.
You'll start another one soon, and that information will come up on the Power of Radiance Facebook page. And so you're doing this venture of the Innovative Workshop, and it's designed specifically to help single women break through the blocks of meeting and attracting a partner. But you see this for men and women, obviously. It's the same thing, right?
Yes.
And so you do these various exercises to help cultivate and unblock and
and I want to point out that it's also for women who already have a relationship. We're always wanting to improve our relationships and continue to grow. So we do work on unblocking those things that keep our light from shining. Right.
Can you give us an example, just an anecdote of somebody that had a blockage that you helped them, maybe you in your own life, in your own practice, that
Feng Shui artists come to my house, and it's really difficult to be objective. I mean, I Feng Shui the heck out of my house, and still, so
they had some places for improvement.
I had work to do for sure. I told her, well, I'm looking for a love relationship, and so she walked around the house, and then she said to me, well, Denise, what you're telling the world is that you are this strong, independent woman who doesn't need anyone. I said, oh, no, that's not what I'm saying. And she said, actually, yes, it is. And what I hadn't realized was that my environment really it articulated my inner psyche, and my inner psyche was strong and happy, and I'm looking for love, but at the same time, what I was putting out to the world, I had no idea. And she went around and pointed to all of the statues in my house and the art, and sure enough, there are all these strong women, the goddess of this, and Tara, goddess of compassion, and all of these strong, independent women around my home, and
which wouldn't be a problem if it was in balance, right?
Right, and it's not so much a problem, except that it does speak to how I was communicating with the world and what I was putting out there. And we don't realize how much we're saying without actually even saying anything. So, and this works with my business customers as well as my personal customers, that our voice into the world is so important, and it's as much as what we don't say as what we do say.
And what we don't say comes through with what we're wearing, our clothes, how we take care of ourselves, and then, as you're saying, the artwork that we display in our homes, what we show is being
what we
important.
Surround ourselves with. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got books.
Well, books are good.
Yeah, books are good when they're piled up all over the place.
Maybe I should come Feng Shui your place.
I could use a lot of Feng Shui. Denise Vivar. It's so great to have you, Denise. And like I said, you're one of our local treasures. You've been doing so much. When did you start realizing that you wanted to give this kind of workshop? How did this evolve?
Well, again, like I said, many of my private clients were asking me for help in the love department. And I had been thinking about putting together a women's group for a long time. I just thought it would be really great to gather together, and we learn so much synergistically from one another. I thought, well, this would be a really wonderful workshop to do together. We can, share our stories and support one another. It's really a wonderful way to move forward on some issues. And so I decided that, well, I think there's there's a big market out there for women, for people looking for love. So this is a start.
Well, I think it's interesting that you're doing the workshop outside of their homes. And so you really have to have the person bring kind of where they're coming from to the workshop.
Exactly.
And you are working a lot with their maybe emotional states.
Right. But I don't have to go into a home to do feng shui on a home, which means, I have clients that I just talk to over the phone. I can look at your floor plan, find out where the doors and entrances are, where your furniture's placed, and we can really do a lot of work even without actually being there.
Wow. I never even imagined that you could just virtually help somebody.
Right.
Just by knowing where the doors are and how those are, which way they're opening up. And
sure. We look at colors. We look at the elements in the room. You basically sit and tell me what you're looking at. And
so how do colors, I guess you have to have that balance again.
Right. Well, elements are exhibited by color. So every element has its own color palette. So fire would be the reds and the oranges, wood would be the blues and the greens, water would be black, metal would be pastels, and earth would be the earth colors, yellows and browns and things.
Okay, yeah.
So it's one way of bringing an element into a room just by color.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, it's fascinating.
There's shapes and there's other elements. There are other ways that you can bring elements into a room, and color's just one of the ways.
Right. And so it's not just having something made out of metal in the corner of the room.
Exactly. And shapes. Metal
correlates
round
to
is the shape that is identified with metal.
Ah.
Wood is rectangular, and fire is conical or pyramid. Water is amorphous, and earth is square.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so many ways.
And this is all like old history from China.
Absolutely, yes. They started out using it to bury their dead. It was believed that the positioning of the deceased would affect the ancestor or the family for many generations to come. And then they started moving it into the homes and businesses.
Ah, I had no idea that it started there. The idea that your ancestors, if they're unhappy, they'll haunt you.
Exactly. We need to take care of everybody.
Right. That's so cool. Denise is also a big part of the annual Fall Festival Pacific Rim.
Yes.
And this year it's going to be the 24th annual.
24th annual, yes.
It's a great free film festival.
Absolutely.
That takes place mostly at the Rio?
It takes place at the Del Mar and the Rio. And can you just tell us a little bit about it? Sure. We do about 6 days of film, and like Nada mentioned, most of them are free. Every day is free except the grand finale evening, which is our benefit. And the festival is basically about promoting cross-cultural awareness through the medium of film. And it's a beloved, fun festival, and we have a great time.
Yeah, we had last year Eric Tierman and Alexandra Volska. They were on talking about their film For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yes.
Or is it For the Bells? I don't remember exactly, but it had bells and something like that in there. So, Denise, you're available for emails for people that are interested in your upcoming workshops.
Yes, email me.
powerofradiance@gmail.com, or you can also visit Power of Radiance on Facebook page. Of course, you're more than welcome to like it, and then you'll be able to send messages. Do you have anybody helping you with this?
Nope, it's just myself.
It's just yourself.
It's just me, yes.
Now
I do private consultations as well, and speaking engagements for businesses.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a while. You're also you have a big public relations practice that you've been doing for a long time.
I've been doing that for about 20 years around town.
And so that really kind of moves together with
exactly
what you're talking
It's
about.
kind of the missing piece I found. This holistic piece of the puzzle, that it our surroundings affect everything, and it's really wonderful to bring that to the table.
I think it's great. So can you give us like a quickie, how can I make my Valentine's night really romantic other than lighting some candles?
Okay. Well, actually, that's a great start.
It is a great start.
And that's because candles represent fire, and fire is passion.
Passion.
So you want to make sure that the bedroom is clear and free, and you can...
That means you need to clean it?
Clean it, clear your clutter.
Clear the clutter.
That's right. Take down the pictures of mom.
Yeah. And
yes,
dad.
And dad and
father-in-law.
Yes. So more fire in the bedroom, as well as images of light. You can help by animal prints are also actually
you're bringing some
yes.
animalness, animal magnetism.
That's right.
The passion.
Animal prints are fire as well.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, so we take down the pictures of mom and dad and the in-laws, probably kids too.
Right.
Anything that could squelch the passion. Light some candles. Get some animal prints up, or pictures of animals, pictures of fire.
Right.
I'm assuming when you're talking about balance, should there be some scent, some incense, or?
Well, there shouldn't be any offensive scents,
of course,
obviously. But we don't really do much for scent. Really, it's a personal thing. What that means for you, because again, just recognizing that and being sensitive to the fact that our external environments will affect our internal environments, and our internal environments will also inform what we do on the external. So
right. So thinking about clearing whatever would cause a person to not be romantic, and trying to maybe do a little meditation on that before tomorrow.
Right. And intention is a big one as well. Intention is energy. So holding a space for love, opening your heart to it, being able to allow yourself to be vulnerable to that. That's a doorway into holding a space for love and relationship.
Right, which means you need to start with a safe space.
Yes.
Oh, Denise, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Nada.
Today.
Thank you for having me.
I wish you the best with these workshops. I hope that you can continue doing them and more often, and of course bringing everybody in, including the males.
That's right. We'll bring more love into the world, one person at a time.
Right, by unblocking whatever is causing our inner radiance to not shine as bright as it should be. So again, the power of radiance, everybody. Thank you. This is a wonderful Valentine's Day kind of, what do you want to call it? Like coaching.
Right. It's my Valentine's card to you.
Oh, thank you. You've been listening to Artist on Art. Denise Vivar. She is, again, one of our local treasures. Is there any way we could see some of your artwork, some sculptures? Do you have anything out?
Well, I've just joined Pinterest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to give up working my day job just to post to that. But it's a great way that I'm going to start putting my stuff up there. I've got a cello that I'm making, and some wood and metal sculptures that I'll add.
Great. So Pinterest, Denise Vivar, Vivar. Thanks so much for coming in. Please stay tuned for Gamers on Game. I've got Josh McCoy coming up next, and we're going to be talking about his game that he's developing here at UCSC. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.